All right, YouTube, just an update. This is day number 5 almost. Day number 5, and I'm finally about to get out of Laredo, Texas. My thoughts about the city, before I even get into the negatives, I guess. It's a really nice little city here. The weather was spectacular. Coming out of Buffalo, New York, where up until I guess this week, it was like in the teens, in the 20s. It was just like bitter cold. I remember when I went back on the road from home time, it was like 8 degrees, and it was just bitter cold, windy. And when I knew I was coming down here, I was gonna enjoy the weather at the very least, and I did. I think like day before yesterday, it got up to 108. So that I wasn't used to, but I definitely love the heat. The food down here is magnificent. If you are into Mexican food, authentic Mexican food, it's definitely the place to eat it at. There was like a few taco trucks outside of the pilot here, and it was just great. While I was down here, I went to the movies. I went to see Escape Room, which was actually a really good movie, surprisingly. I did that, explored the city for a little bit. I didn't get a chance to see the state park, Lake Casablanca or something like that. I can't remember the name. I'm probably way off. But it's a state park where basically you pay like $20 or so a day, and you get to camp out there. You get to use their electricity. They got a convenience store. You can go fishing. I didn't get to explore that, but honestly, I don't think I will, because after this little ordeal, I probably won't come back here again. My fleet manager already told me that not to accept anything out of the core for a little bit. So with that being said, I probably won't be back down here for a while. And even if he didn't say that, I wouldn't want to come back. I mean, aside from the weather, which was great, everything else, it kind of sucked. The food here sucked at the pilot, because I did eat food here a few times. There's some pilots that I go to where like everything is fresh. Like if they serve the little hot delis with the pieces and stuff, it's usually fresh, but it wasn't here. Maybe because of the amount of people that come through here, because this is a busy pilot, which rightfully so is at the border. The food was never really fresh. The wings were never really fresh. And whenever I would, and then this is how I knew it was fresh, or knew it wasn't fresh. Every time I would order something like wings, I would get more than 6. He would just pile them in the bag. I used to always wonder why. It didn't dawn on me that it's not fresh. So, sat here for about 116 hours. Finally getting the load out, going to Brownsville, Texas. Picking up there at 7 p.m. From there, I'm going to be going up to Louisville, Kentucky. Like 1,386 miles. I have to deadhead like 200 miles to get it. But it's getting me back in the core area where I want to be. I think I'm going to just stick to that for a while. Because, while it's nice to log in 600, 700, 800 miles, it's not worth it if you're going to be sitting. And this is the longest that I've ever sat. So, just wanted to give y'all a little update. Going back up into cooler climates. But patience is key. Patience is key, because this sitting here for that long could really break someone. Could really make somebody think, why am I doing this? There are better days. And for anybody out there that's maybe doubting this line of work, do your research. Do your research, ask around, join the Facebook group, which I will link in the description. There's some very helpful people in that group that can give you insight, from different companies. Some of the good, some of the not so good, what to expect, especially when coming down here or in El Paso. Just from my first experience, you come down here, you're going to wait. There are times where you can get out in 2 days, but for the most part, you're going to have to wait. And it definitely requires patience. You know, he who is patient will get blessings at the end for sure. And this might be my only run for the week. I don't know. I pick up tonight at, like I said, 7 p.m. and I drop off Sunday around, I think, 10 in the morning. So it's kind of a rush, but not really. It's nothing that I can't do. I'm going to pick it up, probably knock out a good chunk of the night. Probably stop around, 3 in the morning. Chill out a few hours, wake up at like 7 or something. Continue my journey. I should get into Louisville, Kentucky late tomorrow night. That's the plan. Drop it off early Sunday and hopefully get in a good position for a load. I might deadhead to Cincinnati, Ohio. Might deadhead to somewhere in Indiana because Kentucky is kind of slow. And then after that, my plan of attack is just basically going to stay in the core area. So, again, you know, coming to Laredo definitely tests your will. It definitely has you thinking, is this what I want to do? You know, do I want to take these kind of loads? Because it's good if you get the miles, get down here, and get back out in a couple of days. That is perfect. But when you get 1,300 miles like I did to get down here, you know, and it paid good money, but then now you're sitting for 5 days, you lose out on almost all of the week. Luckily enough, I got the same run going back, basically, for the amount of miles I pay. So that will, you know, be good for me. At least I get a check still. So, again, I'm going to link the group to Facebook in the description of the video. Join it. Very insightful people that are willing to help. If you have any questions, you can write me as well. And then until next time, folks, take care.